This video is to talk about the Guardian bikes. This is a 20-inch, but specifically one of their big marketing tools is the, what is it called? SureStop system, which is a registered trademark. As you can see, look at that, registered trademark. This is the steel version of a 20-inch bike. I have 3 of these for my daughters. See, I got a couple more of them over there. So what they advertise is you've got a single brake lever, nothing on the left side, and you've got a front V-brake and a rear V-brake. So what they advertise is that a new rider or a kid can use the brakes on this without flipping over the handlebars by grabbing a handful of front brake. So my experience has been that that's true. My kids are pretty small still, like 8 years old, 7, 8 years old, for less than 50 pounds. So it is true that you don't fly over the handlebar when you use your brake on these, which is a good thing to me. However, I think they would work better with a heavier rider. So let me explain how this works, and then you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. So, in my opinion, this system should not allow you to skid the rear tire all over the place, right? So the idea is that the main brake cable runs here, down through the frame, over to the other side. Actually, to this, runs down this side. So there's the cable that comes directly off the brake, is this one here. And that pulls the caliper closed. Yep, pretty normal stuff there. The SureStop system, so up to that point you've just got a normal brake system, right? The SureStop system equips the bike with a special brake pad on the right side here. And it has a cable that runs up to the front brake. So the way that this works is when you brake, this caliper closes, and you can actually see it. And this brake pad slides forward. And it's set up so that when that happens, it slides forward because you've got torque on this wheel, right? It slides forward and pulls the cable for here, for the front brake, and actuates the front brake like that. Now, in my experience, the kids are still able to lock up the rear tire and do skids all over the place, which they really like. But that makes me think that this system is not as effective as it could be. If you watch the videos, they've got a full-grown man on the bike, and he's, kind of leaning forward and giving, doing like an emergency stop, and he doesn't skid the rear tire really. When you got a light kid on there, they pull the brake hard, it skids the rear tire. Now it is true that they won't flip over the handlebar doing that. And my kids haven't been able to not stop when they need to, so it seems to be an effective braking system, but it's just a little gimmicky, and I don't think it's as effective as the company would like you to believe, that it's this great safety feature. It's a fine bike, it's a good bike, it's not a bottom of the barrel type of a bike. The hand brake is better than a coaster brake, in my opinion. These don't have coaster brakes on them. So that's sort of my opinion of this bike. It's a good bike. It's a big step above like what you'd find at Walmart with a coaster brake. It's a fine bike. The thing I don't like about it is they make out the SureStop system to be everything you ever wanted, and your kid will never get injured and all that kind of stuff. In practice, you really need a heavier rider to make it really work well. So that's my opinion of it. If there's a way to adjust it or do something with it that makes it work better, I'd be happy to hear that. Put it in the comments. But overall, it's a good bike, I think. I would buy it, but don't pretend like you're going to get all sorts of, it's not an ABS system on a car that's going to really make a big difference. It's a bike, and with a light rider on it, it's got a rear brake, and the front brake is more for show than anything, in my opinion. So there you go, and hopefully that will help you. I was not able to find lots of good videos on how this system worked or what it was when I bought the bike, so hopefully this will be useful to someone.